All right, today is a video about how to replace back window. 2015 Chevy Corvette Coupe. It's very simple. Anyone can do this, maybe an hour most. So first thing you want to do is remove the broken glass, obviously. So the only way to do it is to just shatter it. Now, if you have an aftermarket tint, it will come out together. If you don't have an aftermarket tint, it will just shatter into pieces. Then you could just vacuum it up. So this one has an aftermarket tint. All right, it's just a plastic spatula. All right, so next thing, once you get it all cleaned out, you'll be left with just the frame. So you use your utility blade. And just gently run it through there. Okay. So you can see. So I'll do that first, just to get an entrance. Okay, so once you get an opening like that, then you can just run your razor blade right there. All right, there's two setting blocks, one here, one there. You could just use a hook tool. Comes out. There's one right there. And then you can continue with cutting it. So you just pull as you cut. Be as gentle as you can. When you get here, you want your blade to be as far away from the body as possible, because you don't want the blade scratching it. So I have my blade as far out as possible. Okay, so once the surface, you remove all the broken glass with a utility blade. I showed you how. Be careful not to scratch the edges. Unplug the antennas. So the black one has the longer wire. The purple one seems to be the shorter wire. Just pull it out. Comes off. Pretty easy. So black is long, purple is short. All right. So now I just need to clean the surface. It's a nice wet rag. Clean the surface primarily where the glue is going to go. So it's just clean water, maybe a little bit of soap if you need to, but just clean water will be good enough. All right, so next process, now that the surface is clean, I'm gonna primer it. So usually I just want to primer where the glue will go. And then I'll also primer anywhere that I see scratches. All right, so you want to be very careful with the primer. You don't want to put too much because you don't want it dripping. Anytime it's dripping, it's obviously not a good thing. So I just put just enough. I'll just follow wherever I intend to put the glue. Now it's very, very important that you primer. If you don't primer it, the glass will not hold. It will fly right out of the while you're driving on the freeway, and you'll end up losing your back glass. So I'll usually apply it a little bit more to the red. That way I can just put some extra glue. So I'll take it a little bit out. And so mine is a little thicker than the original one. Okay. And then I'll do the same thing to the glass itself. So again, I just put just enough. I don't want to put too much. So this is good. I'll just use my finger as a guide. It tells you with the markings where the glue is going to go. I'll just use my finger as a guide. All right, so now that the surface is clean and it's primered, the glass is primered, we still have some loose glass that's fallen inside the crevices. So all you have to do is just shake it and the glass will fall. If you could come close, the broken pieces will fall through a hole that's right here. You might even use your hook tool to shake it around and just shake the cover until they all fall through. And I think there should be another hole right there. You can just use your hook tool and just shake it. Okay. All right, so next thing is glue. I'm using a power caulking gun. If you're using a manual one, you want to warm the glue up so it's easy for you to dispense it. But since I'm using the power one, it's pretty simple. Just follow the black line, obviously. Anywhere I stop, I'll usually make sure that I overlap it. Okay. All right. All right, so now you see I have the glue all the way around. I followed the same old glue that I peeled off with the blade. So now all I gotta do is just join the joints with a spatula. Just join them up. If your glue is off, you could just use a spatula to push it back in place as well. So now this is ready for the glass to go into place. The glass, I prefer using two hands, especially if you don't have a suction cup. Make sure you get a really good suction cup though. You don't want anything flimsy. So with the suction cup, I could just lay it down myself. All right, so what I'll do is I'll line it up before I compress it. The one we removed was pretty close to the edge, if I remember correctly. So I'll just do the same process. All right, once you have it in place, we just firmly slap it in.